Hello Aquarius, welcome to Scrappy Siren Tarot. This is your general timeless tarot reading for whenever you click on this video. If you're new here, welcome. I do specific sign readings for Fridays, Saturdays, and Wednesdays, and then I do an all signs collective premiere on Sundays. So if you like what I do here, please hit the bell notification button and subscribe. It really helps the channel. All right, so we're going to go ahead and jump right into it. We're going to use the Tarot of Oppositions for your general message. All right, Spirit, what is the general message that Aquarius needs to hear at this time? We're going to get two more flyers. All right, let's see. Spirit, what do we need to know at this time? One more, please. Okay. All right, so your first card out is the Four of Wands in reverse. Then we have the Temperance card. And we have the Five of Swords. All right, let me sit here with this energy and see what comes through for you. Okay, so right away, I feel like for the majority of you, you are seeking stability in some area of your life. Now, that could be almost any area, but for a lot of you, it could be in a relationship. It doesn't have to be, it could be friendships, like it doesn't have to be romantic, it could be a friendship relationship. But there's something with the Five of Swords where you've had to abandon some sort of confrontation, some sort of dissension, some sort of disagreement or misalignment of values, okay? And you've had to walk away from it. It's been possibly a pretty big disappointment for you, but you're seeking temperance. So you're seeking balance, you're seeking alchemy, you're seeking someone or something that resonates with your values, with your energy, and you're being pretty patient about it. So Spirit's acknowledging that today in this reading. Temperance is the center focus of your general message today, or whenever you're watching this video. But with the Four of Wands in reverse, that's what gave me like this sense of like, there may be an area or aspect of your life where you're not feeling like it's fully stable. You're not feeling that sense of sturdiness or accountability, okay? And I get the feeling you're trying to build some sort of sense of home. That doesn't mean you necessarily want to start a family, although it could be, but there is some sort of sense of stability that you're seeking at this time because of something that happened in the past that you've had to turn away from and that did not support you in the way that you needed to be supported. This could be a workplace, this could be a previous relationship, but we'll clarify a little bit further and see what area of your life that was in. But first, I'm going to use some charms. So take what resonates. This kind of sets up the tarot reading for signs and synchronicities to look out for. But don't worry, if these charms don't resonate with you, that doesn't mean the tarot won't. I'm going to clarify with some more tarot after this. So we're going to pick up 7 charms. That's just the number that popped up in my head at this time. So let's see what comes up. All right, so 7 charms for Aquarius, please, Spirit. What do we need to see? All right, so we received an angel. So maybe Spirit is very close to you at this time, or you feel very close to your passed on loved ones. Or perhaps your passed on loved ones are trying to let you know that they are close to you, even if you don't feel that at this time. Oh, we had something fly out. That usually doesn't happen. And ironically enough, it's a bee. So we had this little bee fly out. Yeah. And then we also have this yellow violet that popped out as well. So there's something about the color yellow at this time. I do feel like you are in the process of making new connections with that bee. It kind of gives me like this networking energy, cross-pollination of ideas and new energies. So it feels like you are in the process of seeking out that new home, that new sense of home, okay? You also received the butterfly. There's another pollinator, okay? Lots of wing energy. You got the butterfly, the angel, and the bee. All right, we're gonna get 3 more. We have an Easter egg, or what looks like to be an Easter egg, and there's also a butterfly in this, and more yellow. So maybe you're moving into a different life situation in the spring. Like I'm seeing you approaching a new environment in the spring. Like that's when it'll come to fruition for some of you. You received this hand, okay? It's the hand with like the eye in it. I'm sure it has some sort of spiritual meaning. I don't really recall what that means, but if anybody knows, let me know in the comments down below. But you received that. We're gonna get 1 more. And you have a guitar. So some of you guys are musicians, or you're very creative. Okay, that makes sense because you're Aquarius, like kind of fits your energy. Maybe you're joining a club, and that's one of the ways that you're pursuing this sense of community or stability. All right, doesn't have to be, but it could be. You're pursuing your interest in it, and by doing so are making new connections. All right, so we're going to clarify with the Osho Zen Tarot. All right, Spirit, please clarify the 4 of Wands in reverse, Temperance, and the 5 of Swords. Okay. 4 of Wands in reverse. What's this about? All right, Temperance. All right, that was pretty quick. Okay, so on the 4 of Wands in reverse, you received politics. So what that's telling me is that, well, politics could have literally gotten in the way, meaning like if you had this previous connection and it didn't work out, it could have been because of differences in values, differences in political views. It doesn't have to be. Or it could just mean that you're just seeking a connection or a foundation in which there's no layers and there's no masks and there's no hidden agendas. Okay, that's what this card is about. It's like, at what point do you stop peeling back the layers and come to the true face, right? The true face of something. It's like facing that dishonesty within ourselves, within other people, and really calling it out for what it is and seeing and asking yourself, like, is this something I want to pursue? And asking, what is it that made me turn away from this previous situation? And what is it that I want to leave behind moving forward? So on the Temperance card, you received intensity. So you're receiving this intense feeling of wanting to balance the scales, you really want to be able to pour your creative side into something is what I'm seeing. Like with the Temperance card, she's pouring out a picture, and it's just very intense, strong red energy, fire energy, okay, which you're an air sign. So with air and fire, like that is some momentum, that is some spark, okay, that, you know, fire needs air to survive. And so you're really trying to, I just like see somebody like blowing on a fire to try and like keep it going, to keep it alive. You're trying to nourish your creative fires, is what I'm hearing through this reading. And in doing so, you're hoping that it will build a sense of community and it build a sense of stability for you. So with the Five of Swords, you received change in reverse. Interesting. So this tarot deck, change is also the equivalent of the Wheel of Fortune. And with change, in the center of this card is the yin and yang symbol. And that is very associated with the Temperance card as well. The Lemniscat, balancing elements, balancing light and dark, okay? So there's something about this past cycle in which you were disappointed or which you didn't feel like you could truly express yourself that is the catalyst for change in your life. But at the same time, because it's in reverse, it's kind of a double-edged sword, right? Because the message I'm getting is that Spirit doesn't want this past situation to color your new opportunities that you will be receiving. So while you have learned your lessons from this previous cycle, or you will be learning your lessons from the previous cycle, Spirit doesn't want that to drag you down, to weigh your wings down. That's what I'm hearing, okay? Because there's something about, it's a catalyst, but it could also, it's a little volatile, okay? Fire and air. I'm getting fire and air, right? You don't want to add too much air because you'll extinguish the fire, but you don't want to not give it too much because then it won't be able to breathe and to be ongoing. So there's something about learning from the past, but not letting it obscure your clarity of vision moving forward. So you might feel a little jaded, but that's normal. It's very human. But just know that history doesn't have to repeat yourself, and you've learned enough from this previous cycle to know what won't work for you. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and get your challenge for this time. What is Aquarius's challenge for this time? Whoa. Okay, we're just going to go with the card that went face up here. We have the Eight of Cups. So your challenge is letting go of the past. And that's what the Eight of Cups is about. It's realizing, okay, enough's enough. It's not, I can stick it out, but I've already done that for an extended period of time. And I realize that it's the it's the sinking ship fallacy, okay? In which, you're like, oh, I've already committed so much time and energy into this. Like if I abandon it, then I lose out on all that. Well, yes and no. It's still sinking. It's probably best for you to get off that ship, even though you've invested some time and energy. You're actually losing out more if you stay in that situation than if you abandon it. So yeah, that's where that change in reverse comes in. I mean, that's kind of clarifying it. And it's just about, sometimes it's best to let go. Even if we've put all this energy and time into something, you're in the forward momentum phase, okay? You're in the starting a different, putting your energy into something else, okay? That's what I'm seeing you doing. Going to a different flower, seeking out new connections, new energy. All right, let's get your ally, and then we're going to go ahead and get your ending oracle. All right, so we have 3 flyers here. We have the Queen of Swords, the Tower in reverse, and the Two of Swords. All right, so your ally, not to go back to the past, all right, with the Tower in reverse. Don't try to retrace your steps unless you want to learn a lesson you've already learned before. Then with the Queen of Swords and the Two of Swords, Try your best when moving forward and making new connections, making new decisions for yourself on how to express your creativity. Try to look at it from a more analytical perspective if you can, from a third person perspective, because you're definitely being approached with a decision or with multiple decisions. So it's going to really work that decision-making muscle. And with the Queen of Swords, she's really good at making decisions because she doesn't act abruptly. She takes the time to really analyze, think things through. So while you have this intensity to find a place where you can really be yourself, just be careful where you decide to put that energy, because you've already put your energy into something that just kind of fell through, it feels like, and you just need to have that time to recharge. So with the ally being the Queen of Swords and the Two of Swords, it's all about setting time aside to really sit in your thoughts and realize what you can take from this past cycle moving forward. All right, so we're going to get your ending oracle with the Star Codes Astral Oracle, and then I will see you next time. All right, Spirit, what is the ending message that Aquarius needs to hear at this time? What is the ending message? Ending message. Okay, we have a flyer here. We have Ascendant, Entrance. All right, card number 35. Bear with me while I look up this card. Okay. Ascendant. So some of you guys may want to look up your rising sign. I'm almost done with all of the astrological signs, so you might find your rising sign on my channel, and maybe this is connected to this reading. That's just for some of you. So, all right, Ascendant, Entrance. In a natal chart, the Ascendant tells a story about how you walked into this life at your birth and how you walk into any new situation. It describes the door through which you see the world and the world sees you, your filter system, and hints at your awakening consciousness. The Ascendant, also known as the rising sign, describes the degree of the zodiac just coming up over the eastern horizon at the moment and place of your birth. Action. How do you see the world? Take a long look at the assumptions and presumptions through which you filter your experience or reality. Really look at how your privilege, trauma, or certain attributes of your history can distort the reality of the moment. Do what you can to dismantle these obstructions so you can see the whole view. Open that aperture. Conversely, look carefully at the signals you send off. Do they match your intent? Do you say you're fine when you really need a hug? Are you trained to sound modest or apologetic when really you know what you're doing? Do you act like you know what you're doing when you don't? Notice what you project onto the world and take responsibility for how you're seen. The Ascendant is where you become visible. If this makes you nervous, investigate what needs to be healed or where you need to grow your confidence in order to feel comfortable being seen. I'm seeing somebody going to an open mic night. That's just for some of you. If you're asking about a project, look for what needs to be repaired or improved before you hold a press conference. Challenge. The front door is only one part of the house. Be willing to look beyond appearances and into the heart. But don't count on others' ability to do so too. Gift. Over time, your reputation is built on what you do, not how you look. All right, Aquarius, I will see you next time. Have a good one.